Hi, welcome to Pilates with Gaby. This video is about sort of just being aware of how our head and neck and shoulders and arms are feeling a little bit and just trying to get a sense of relief there. So in this video we're going to be using a ball and a band, so get them nearby, and we're also going to do a little bit of sound vibration as well. So make sure you're able to sort of, make the sound so you've got that space around you to do that. So we're going to start off just by getting our hands and placing them either side of the head. And I want you to sort of visualise the head almost like a big sponge. And you're almost wanting to sort of release that tension out of the head. So you're just going to take an inhale breath. Fill up that belly, fill up the chest, fill up the head and neck. And on the exhale, just gently press your hands against the head and just drop the chin to the chest. So it's almost like you're squeezing out all of that water out of the sponge as you tilt that head down. And then release that pressure against the head and inhale, bringing the head back up. And exhale. And inhale. So exhale, just gently pressing the hands against the head, tilting that head down, and just imagining you're squeezing out all of that tension in the head. And then inhale, release that pressure and just bringing the head back up. And again, exhale. And inhale. Let's do one more, and exhale. Visualize that tension releasing out of that head and then bringing the head all the way back up. Brilliant, bring the hands down. So again, another awareness is just sort of where our head is on top of that neck. So you can almost sort of with that chin just start to feel the head just jolt forwards, so gliding forwards. And then draw the head back on top of that neck. So I'll go to the side so you can see a little bit as well, that sort of that shape I'm making. So again, inhale and exhale. So try and keep the body really still and just allow that sort of gliding of the head forwards. And actually, you might find that this is sort of your natural posture anyway, and that's quite interesting to be aware of, isn't it? And actually bringing it back feels a little bit odd. Or maybe that, is really nice to just feel those two different ranges and just being aware of actually, really, we don't want our head in this range here. We want it to be sort of upright on that neck there, sort of finding a bit more of our centre there. Feel that lift up through the crown of the head. So what we can also do to just make us a little bit more aware and also to sort of get a deeper strengthening in those neck flexors is to put the band around the back of the head and do that same move. So if I've got the band around the back of the head and just holding the band there, relax the shoulders down, so check you haven't got that tension of the shoulders up, relax them down. And again, just gliding that head forwards. And then using that support of the band, push the head back into that band and really sort of lift up through the neck there. And that's a really lovely way to get into those neck muscles there. And again, so just releasing that head forwards and then drawing it back and lengthening up through that neck. And again. So stretching those deep neck flexors. And again. And exhale. And a few more. And so we're just sort of bringing our awareness to where that head could be on our neck. And just finding how nice it feels to have that length in the back there. Really good. Once you've done that last one, just bring that band down. Let's come down onto our knees here to just, and sit down onto our bottom here, just to make some nice sounds. So sounds, you can watch videos on YouTube of when people play music, and if you've got water around, how it makes patterns in the water. So sound has an impact on fluid. So if you think that we're made up of 60% of water, sound definitely can make a shift and a change in those fluids in your body. So sometimes it's quite nice to have a little play around with this. So we're going to sort of go through 3 different sound vibrations around in the head and just see how that feels. So we're going to start off with our hands on top of the head there. Okay, and we're going to make the sound eem. Okay, so you'll start off with the E and you'll slow that down to M. Okay, so we're going to start and we'll do that again. Do that again. Just start to notice how those vibrations feel in your body. And again, and one more. Really good. Bring those arms down. So let's try another sound. We're going to start do the sound aim. Okay, so we're going to start off with one hand behind the back of the neck. It doesn't matter which hand, and then you're going to place another hand on the forehead in front. Okay, and you're going to make the sound and again. And again. Just noticing, where are you feeling that vibration? And again. Brilliant. Bring those arms down. Move that head. Take a deep breath in. So if we can sort of shift and make changes within that body, we can feel different in that body. We're going to do one more sound, and we're going to just place both hands around the neck, okay? And I really want you to be aware of the vibration that you feel in that body, okay? We're going to make the sound I'm, okay? See if you can really feel the vibrations. Where is it that you're feeling it in that body? Breathe in and again. Brilliant, just bring those arms down. So just sort of notice how this top part of your body's feeling, you know. You've definitely brought an awareness, wherever those hands were, you were bringing an awareness to that area. And I feel like a little bit more sort of tingly and awake in that sort of head and neck area of my body. But see how you feel. Everyone's going to feel different, and it may feel silly and it may be something very different that you've done, but see how you feel. It's always good to try new things. So let's get a little bit more into those arms and those shoulders. So we're going to get our band here, and you're going to come up onto those knees. And again, you can do this sat down if you want, on a chair if it feels more comfortable. And you're going to bring the arms in front, okay? And I want you just to take quite a big band, a big width there, and then just bring the arms back again in alignment with the shoulders. So what I want is to have more band to be able to stretch with, okay? So you're just going to start to just open the arms a little bit and then bring them back, just small. And again, opening them a bit more wider each time. And again. And then you start to feel that resistance in the band. And then you start to sort of, as you open, start to pull out a little bit wider. What I want you to be aware of is that the body doesn't move here, as in the trunk of your body. That you just feel the arms and the shoulders having to sort of work here. So each time you're pulling on that band, I'm wanting you to take those arms a little bit wider. So you'll start to even feel that the arms start to almost go behind you at some point. So the more and more I'm pulling, the more and more I'm starting to just take the arms behind. But I'm also being really aware that when those arms go behind, I'm not starting to flare those ribs. I want the arms and the shoulders to start to make that move a little bit. And again, taking those arms behind. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Breathe in. Exhale, release. And release. So I can almost, as the arms are going behind, I can feel the shoulder blades almost pinch together behind me. One more. And then bring the arms down. So really can feel that, quite a strong move around the muscles in the tops of the arms. Let's see if we can take the arms up and behind us now, okay? I'm going to go to the side so you can sort of see the movement that I'm doing here. So arms in front. Again, feel that sort of zip up through the front there, tailbone long. And start to bring the arms up above the head. And then just bring them back down. We'll just do this a couple more times just to see how those arms and shoulders are feeling. Up and then back down. And again, up and then back down. Right, let's take them behind. So let's get bigger mobility in those shoulders. Up and then pull on that band, bringing the arms all the way behind. And again, you don't want to feel that the body is moving while you're doing that with the arms and the shoulders. And again, bringing the arms all the way back up and then down in front. And again, up. Feel that length up through the crown of the head. So do you remember when we had that band around the back of the head there? Feel like you're still sort of reaching that head back into that band, so you keep the neck nice and long. And this is quite a big move. You can really feel how the whole arms and shoulders have to work together here to get this big move. And again. 2 more. Breathe. 1 more. Really good. And then just holding there as you bring the arms up and then all the way back down in front. Brilliant. Right, let's do a little bit more stretch in that neck. So coming down onto your bottom and then have your legs crossed here. And just place your left hand underneath your bottom, so you're sitting on it, okay? And then you're going to tilt that head to the right, and you're going to bring that arm and just rest it down. Don't put too much weight, it's just sort of there, it's not pulling it down, it's just resting on that head there. You can feel that stretch from the shoulder up through into the neck there, and then just rotate. So if we take that hand and place it a little bit more behind the back of the head so it's not resting on the top, and then just rotate the head to look to that right armpit, and just sort of drop that chin to the chest, and you'll feel that stretch down the neck a little bit more there. breathe. So again, if you've got a sort of office job, it tends to be this top area of our body gets a little bit sort of tight, so it's really nice to sort of incorporate these moves and then bring yourself back sort of regularly to get a sort of a balance in your body. That's what you're looking for, isn't it? So it's not just in one range all the time. So let's bring that other hand underneath and sitting on it. Tilt that head to the left and then just placing that hand. Again, you're not putting too much weight, you're not trying to pull it down, you're just resting it there. Just slightly encouraging a little bit of a stretch, but you don't want to overload. Again, how does it feel for you on this side? Notice if there's a change, or it feels easier or it feels tighter. Notice that. Bring that awareness to what your body is communicating with you. And then just move the head a little bit more behind the back of the head and rotate to look under the armpit. And draw the chin to the chest, and you're going to just feel a slightly different stretch in that neck there. Breathe in and exhale. And again, breathe in and exhale. And then just release, bringing that head up. Really good. Again, let's just move, roll those shoulders a little bit. So we're going to come into our 4 point now. We're going to do a few little press-ups here to get into the arms. So we've really sort of become aware of how that head and neck's feeling, and hopefully we're feeling a little bit more easier in that area. So we can sort of shift into those arms and shoulders now a little bit. So come into your 4 point. And we want to still feel that engagement here, navel to spine. Shoulders nice and broad across your back. Get a nice sort of balance through the palms of the hands. And we want to go into the press up, and we want the elbows to sort of come down towards the waist, not out to the sides, okay? So as you start to come down, thinking about the elbows, just drawing back to those thighs rather than out to the side. Again, have that awareness. Imagine constantly that band around the back of the head, and you sort of pushing that head into that band to keep the neck muscles long. And again, coming down and back. So you might notice actually sometimes when we go into press-ups that we start to lift the chin and we shorten in that neck. So really be aware of keeping that neck long. And again. We've got 4 more. Keep breathing. Last one. Brilliant. And just take a stretch back in towards your heels. Just bring that head down for a minute. Breathe in and out. So we're going to do a 1-arm press up, okay? So this is really good for really isolating into one of those arms to strengthen them, okay? It also makes you maybe aware of which side it is that feels more comfortable for you to use. So you're going to just take the left arm and just place it in your lower back there, okay? If this doesn't feel comfortable because of the rotation in your shoulder there, then you can just sort of have it on the side and just hold onto the back of the leg if you need to there. If you can rest it in that lower back. So we're going to start to go down and then push and come up. And again, you want the elbow looking towards your thighs, not out to the side. You might find you can't go as low. And exhale. Got 4 more. Two more. Keep breathing. And again. Brilliant. And then bring that arm back down. Let's take a little stretch back and place that head down. Really good. So it's really hard work with just one arm. You can really feel the difference there. So let's try that other side and see how that feels. So coming back into your 4 point. Just getting that right hand, placing it in, resting it into that lower back. Push up through that supporting arm to check you haven't already started to slump like this. Sort of really get that lift and feel that length in that neck again. And again, you're going to go down. 1, and then back up. And 2. So for me, this one feels a lot more sort of comfortable to go down in. I'm definitely noticing that difference there. 4 more. Push up. Got 2 more. Try not to rotate in that body, keeping it nice and sort of level. And back up. Brilliant. And then bringing that hand back out. Take a nice stretch back, resting that head down. Breathe in and out. So we're going to do press-ups again. You're going to back up, both hands on that mat now. And let's do 8 of those press-ups. And again, 1. Oh, feels a lot easier. And 2. It's always really good to just start to build up strength in those arms and in those wrists. So this is really a nice one for getting that movement in the wrists there. Got 2 more. Really good. And stretch back. Reach those arms nice and long. And just really feel the sides of the body open and stretch out there. Breathe in and out. Let's do a little rotation here. So back up into your 4-point. That's it. Nice and broad across the shoulders again, that length in the neck. So imagining that sort of band across the back of the head and find that length. And stretch up that left arm. Push through that supporting right arm. Push, reach, reach, reach. See if you can get that rotation a little bit more in that body. And then sweep that arm through that right, bringing that left ear down to that mat. See if you can relax that head down. If you can't, don't worry, just go to where you feel okay. And then push through that supporting right arm to bring you back up. Placing that left hand on the mat, let's do that right side. Right arm stretching up. Feel that reach of the fingertips up to the ceiling and the arm pushing away from that mat underneath. Breathe. On that exhale, thread the arm through and soften that head down to that mat. Get that reach of the arm and you can sort of feel the whole sort of shoulders reaching through that gap there. Push through that supporting arm to bring you back up. And again. And exhale. And then inhale. And then exhale. And again. And exhale. And then coming all the way back up. Let's get hold of the ball and let's just do a little bit more release into that neck. And then we'll come on to our back. So you're going to bring that ball. And you could do this with a cushion maybe, but obviously with the ball you've got, you can get more movement really. So resting that head on the ball. Just taking that head to the left and to the right. Keeping the shoulders still. And just allowing the neck to move. Holding there. Now tuck the chin towards the chest and feel the head sort of tuck under more and you sort of almost pull that ball towards you more as you bring the neck to the chest. And you feel the neck stretch and lengthen more, curling and drawing towards you. And then sending that ball away, bringing the chin away from the chest and stretching away. And you sort of feel how the neck shortens. And again, curling that ball towards you, bringing the chin to the chest, and then sending that ball away. Just getting those 2 different ranges. How does it feel? Is it okay? Or does it feel a bit clicky? back to that still. Maybe just take it left and right again. And you may, if you've got long hair, you might want to tie it up because it gets caught under the ball. Brilliant, and then bringing your head off of that ball. I always like that one, it always sort of makes me very relaxed. So if we've got the ball, if you haven't got ball again, you can use a cushion here. Let's use it just to get a bit of range again in our shoulders here. So bringing the ball right between the shoulder blades and support that head with your hands and just melt over the ball. And open those elbows wide from here. Just feel the chest nice and open here. And while you've got yourself open here, breathe into this area. So breathe into the front of the ribs here. Breathing in and exhale. Again, maybe just relax. I just realised I was quite tense in the back there, and just feel the back melt down a little bit. Bring the arms down by your side. Let's do some nice big circling with the arms. So as we've got that ball that lifts us up a bit higher, we've got a little bit more range to stretch and open those shoulders. So just by bringing those arms behind, feels really nice to feel that sort of bigger stretch in my shoulders and my arms. And then circling the arms around, bringing them all the way back round. And again, stretch behind. And exhale. And again. And don't worry if you can't take your arms to the floor, just take them to a place that feels okay for you. And just breathing. So again, if we've got more awareness of our arms and where our shoulders are, it's going to really help us connect into our center muscles. So if we've always got our shoulder blades up towards our ears, we're never going to be able to connect these muscles around down into that waist to activate those center muscles. And we're going to do a move now where you're going to be really aware of that. So bringing the arms behind, stretch those legs long. We're going to do that roll up, okay? So as you start to bring the arms over the chest, notice the shoulder blades melt down onto the ribs, and then notice how you draw that rib cage in as if there's a button to fasten together between those ribs there. And then as you start to push the rib cage down into that waist, you activate those upper abdominal muscles, and this is what draws you up into that roll up. And then stretching towards those toes. And then lifting up. So we do that again, rolling back down, tuck the tailbone under, scooping in those abdominals, and rolling all the way down. Breathe in, arms over the chest, relax the shoulders down, exhale. That's when I melt that rib cage down into the waist and I activate those abdominals, keep the shoulder blades down. As soon as you lift those shoulder blades, you're going to lose that connection in those deeper abdominals there. And again, tucking under that tailbone, scooping up, drawing up towards that belly button, shoulders find that ball and melting back up. So let's take the arms up towards the ceiling this time. So instead of going towards those feet, I want you to sort of stretch upwards. So as I bring the arms over the chest and I relax the shoulders down, I melt into that waist. Now I'm going to keep those arms sort of directing up towards that ceiling, and I'm going to lift up and feel that big stretch down the sides of my body. Feels really nice, like I'm being pulled up towards the ceiling and my bottom staying grounded onto the mat. And then start to tuck the tailbone under, melt that spine back between the arms as you gently lower the arms a little bit. Drawing that spine back between the arms as you find that ball. And then bringing those arms behind. So again, you can do this without the ball as well, which is a little bit harder. So if you feel like you want more of a challenge, then remove that ball. And exhale. Breathe in, inhale here. And then on that exhale, melting back. Feel the spine draw back between the arms, finding that ball, and then lowering all the way back down. And we'll do that again. And inhale. Exhale. Brilliant. And again, inhale and exhale. And then lowering all the way down. Last one to come up. Exhale. Stretch. Reach, reach, reach. And then just bring those arms all the way down. Really good. Let's just do one more move to finish, just to get that upper back really sort of feeling the muscles working there. So bringing the hands either side of those shoulders there, underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to do a little hover here. So this is really about strengthening that upper back. So tuck the toes under, navel to spine, length. And again, imagine that head pushing back into that imaginary band, and just elevate those knees, hold that weight. Only just a couple of, inches off of that floor. And then lower. Do that again, and lift. And lower. And again, lift. And lower. Can we do a little slide forwards and back in that hover? Lift, hold. Just bring the weight forwards over the wrists and back. And forwards and back. So really using all of that strength in that upper body there as you just glide that body forwards and back. 2 more. 1 more. Brilliant. And then bringing those knees down. Let's come into that nice A-frame to finish and come up. So again, hover those knees, hold. Take the bottom up to the ceiling. Bring the body through the arms there. Get a sense of pushing that mat away. See if we can draw those heels down a little bit. Again, find that stretch. And then just gently walk the hands back towards your feet. That's it, holding there. Take a breath in. On that exhale, draw the navel to spine, drop the tailbone down, and rolling all the way up. Just take a moment just to find and feel where that body is for a moment. Maybe just observing that perception of the space around you and how that feels. Just breathe into those new spaces and exhale out. And again, breathe in and exhale out. And thank you very much. See you for another video.